try!
Tim, an improved performance, certainly in that second pool match.
Yeah, I think we got off to a slowish start, but yeah, certainly in that second game, they was very physical, and I thought strategically they executed what we went out there to do. So yeah, it was certainly a highlight of the day, that second game.
And it was noticeable getting the quality. I mean, your senior girls back on there.
Yeah, we need to find that balance of having those experienced gold medalists out there and really bringing on the other lot. So for them to play with those girls is just invaluable, and a lot of them here, really standing up today, and it's making sure that if a few of them get injured, that there's other girls there to come in and take their place. So it's always a evolving and strategic kind of way to make sure that every player can fulfil a role when and if needed.
Elliot spoke about that you guys often start a little bit slow. But what are you finding the dynamics of this tournament? Are they still finding their feet? The nerves playing a little bit of a part?
I think being in Sydney, it's just out of our comfort zone. But generally, we kick off really well, and then second game is when we sort of that middle game lull, I think, and then the third game we go and play well. So it's spun a little bit, I think, in terms of that first game. I think it was probably nerves and playing at home and just getting a feel for it, and then the second game obviously had some pretty strong combinations, experienced combinations there that really came to the forefront.
Do you think you'll change much to the lineup in the third game?
Yeah, I'm going to mix things up. I think we got 12 players that can do the job, so it's just managing the players' minutes and making sure that they're fresh for tomorrow. So, yeah, winning those first two games sort of puts us in a pretty good position going into the third game, that we can sort of make sure the players are fresh for the business day.
You've booked a final spot now, regardless of the third game. You spoke about this team's ability to adapt when things are thrown at them, moving out to a different oval. Are you confident that won't sort of disrupt things for your girls?
Yeah, we do. We sort of pride ourselves on adapting to any situation. It's just part of one of our mantras within the team. But I guess time will tell. But look, we're fully aware, and it's the same for every team. But we're fully aware we're out the back there, so we're prepared for it. So I think if we get our the mental preparation right, I think things will go away. But yeah, we just got to really focus on it minute by minute, and hopefully we can walk away without any regret.
Tim, obviously you train out of Narrabeen. Do you actually train ever at kickbacks or much there?
We did last week, just because it's in Sydney and home ground advantage. We had a session out there. We also had a session about a month ago with the Waratahs as well. So yeah, we just knowing that we're going to be here, we deliberately moved training out here to have a go and just get accustomed to it.
How are you noticing the home, just being in Sydney, affecting them?
It's great. I think leading up to it, it was just slightly different because we arrived at the hotel, a few days before the tournament. Usually we're there for a week and we're sort of killing time and enjoying the foreign country. But this one was sort of into it, but everyone was so much fresher. That was noticeable. Usually when we have a session post travel, it's always generally pretty hard work and a bit scrappy, but the one we had, everyone was just firing. I think there was a combination of being fresh and the combination of being the Sydney Sevens at home. It was just people were buzzing. So it's, I guess, the management of trying to sort of curtail their enthusiasm and making sure they're peaking at the right time.
Small crowd here today. Are you conscious of the fact that it will be so different, even if you're playing that first knockout on kickbacks, just the traffic, the crowds tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't experienced that on numerous occasions, but we have before, and we played here against Ireland here last year, but that was an exhibition game, and half the sort of audience didn't even know we were playing or who they were, and now they've come back as World Series champions and gold medalists, so there is a little bit more buzz around it. But in the past, every sort of pressure situation the players have been under, they seem to have handled it really well. And we've got a pretty good squad in terms of experience, but also just their self-awareness and maturity. So it is different. It's going to be challenging, and we need to be continually challenged. So it'll be really good for us, and hopefully that we do ourselves justice and perform.
And just a word on Mahalia Murphy. She's looking really lethal and.
Yeah, it's pretty. Tough. Yeah, it's good for a coach when you got Elia Green, Tiana Penatani, and Mahalia Murphy. Both amazing finishers. It's like I say, if you can't go around them, go through them. So they've got both those attributes. And yeah, Mahali's just come on in leaps and bounds, and she's really really applying herself well. She had a bit of a scare last week with the ankle, and she just did everything right in terms of her rehab and recovery, and everything that could possibly be done to get her right, she did it. And that was sort of a testament to the way she's applied herself in the last sort of 6 months. So, yeah, very exciting to have those 3 sort of lethal weapons out there to break games up.
And just who's looking good? I mean, New Zealand, obviously, with the usual suspects, Canada, England, or...
Yeah, I think we had Canada, obviously, they're at Narrabeen, and they're always a very, very strong team, and they look like a much improved team from Dubai. They've got their Talis woman, Jen Kish, back, and she's outstanding. They just look a lot fitter and a lot stronger, and a lot more focused. They've got their coach back, actually. He wasn't there in Dubai, so I think they're looking strong. The USA look a much improved team, and I wasn't surprised of Ireland beating Fiji either. I think they're a much improved team, and I think that was their first win over a top 8 team. I think there's more to come from them, but yeah, New Zealand, Canada, and I think USA look like they're improved there as well, and the Russians look strong. I haven't watched a heap of the other games as yet, but just catching glimpses, the Russians look like they got some game breakers.